Hey everyone, it's Jason and this is your cruise news update. And we have a passenger that couldn't control their temper and it cost him $10,000. Would you take this generous offer from Royal Caribbean if your cruise was oversold? And we have a passenger in a wild story that missed their cruise even though 3 days before they were warned to get to the port sooner. So cruise story number 1, have you ever missed your cruise? So in some crazy news, a Carnival passenger missed their Carnival Celebration cruise on Saturday, even though they were warned 3 days before you need to get to the cruise port sooner than you're planning. So what happened was, about 3 days ago, they had posted on a Carnival forum with over 500,000 people. Now, I say this because this forum, when you post a question, you get a ton of answers within 10-15 minutes. Solid, right answers. And so they had posted they were going to get to the port around 4 p.m. to get on the Carnival Celebration. This was an 8-day cruise going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. One of my favorite itineraries. And people were like, you don't want to do that. You're going to miss the cruise ship. You're going to be watching the ship leave as it's supposed to leave at 3:30. Others were like, get in line between 12 and 1 o'clock at the latest. The traffic in Miami is terrible. Understand that on Saturdays and Sundays on port days there. Well, they didn't listen. And they posted on Saturday this right here. Anybody on the Carnival Celebration? Can anybody help me get on the Carnival Celebration? As if somebody in that forum could call up the captain and say, hey, Cap, I know this guy from one of our forums. You think you can just let him on the ship? It don't work that way. So typically, by law, it's about 90 minutes before the ship has to sail that they have to have everyone on board. They have to do ship manifests. They have to send things to the United States Coast Guard. There is legalities there that they have to do. So if you show up at 2:30, even though they are sailing at 3:30, they might go, I'm so sorry you can't get on. And that is what happened to this person. They tried to blame the cab. They tried to blame everyone else. But people were like, we told you, be there at noon to 1 o'clock at the latest. What do you guys think about this? Have you ever seen anybody miss the cruise because they just didn't listen? If you're a new cruiser, please understand this. I'm going to tell you this much right now. Sometimes I get my embarkation times and they're 11:30, 12 o'clock. And I show up an hour before that. If they don't let me on and I have to sit and wait, I have to sit and wait. I don't mind being at the port. I know I'm getting on that cruise ship. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. So cruise story number 2, would you accept this generous offer from Royal Caribbean? So passengers that are on the May 24th sailing of the Liberty of the Seas out of New Jersey are receiving this email right here. Now what's interesting is it's pretty in-depth what they're offering. So Royal Caribbean is offering them, if they will basically cancel or switch their cruise, they will give them one of a 9-day cruise or a 7-day cruise out of New Jersey. There's about 6 different dates they can pick from. Now this is a 5-day to a 9-day or 7-day. So a lot of people are like, wow, I would do that. Now I know what a lot of people are going to say. I wouldn't do that because of my airfare and my hotels. Well, guess what? Royal Caribbean's got you covered on that. Anything that's non-refundable, hotel or flights, they're going to pay for it. They're going to refund you that. Reimburse it. That's pretty strong. If you booked the cruise with any future cruise credits, so like let's say $200 or whatever, they're going to give you credit on that and give it back to you. So they're going to give you a full credit for your 5-day cruise, and they're going to give you one of these other cruises for free and pay for all the airfare and hotels that are non-refundable. That's a pretty sweet offer. If you don't want to accept that and you think, I'll accept this other offer, they'll give you a 100% refund, 100% future cruise credit, and they'll pay for your hotel and your airfare if it's non-refundable. That's a sweet offer. Now, I don't know why it always seems to happen on the Liberty of the Seas, these 5-day cruises out of New Jersey. I've seen this a number of times. It sounds like maybe they need to put more cruise ships up there because it always happens on this ship. Would this be something that you would accept? I have to say, I would. I understand that, sometimes your vacations, they're tough. You have to ask for them months in advance. But I think I could finagle it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So before I get to cruise story number 3, I would ask that you please like this video and consider subscribing. If you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. So cruise story number 3, do you like to go to the casino? And if so, have you ever seen anybody just absolutely lose their mind over losing some money? So someone posted this picture right here on Facebook, and this was on the Carnival Pride. Now, as you can see, the machine is damaged, and they said reportedly it is a $10,000 fine, and likely the passenger will be kicked off or banned from Carnival Cruise Line. Now, others chimed in and said, hey, this just isn't on Carnival. I was on the Symphony of the Seas and I witnessed a woman damage 2 machines. She was so upset over losing $50. $50. And she was fined $6,000 a machine for damaging them. And she was banned for life. Others said they have seen passengers damage machines and it was $4,000 fines they received. What on earth is wrong with people? Now, if you can't hold your emotions and you have a temper like this, especially, 20, 50, $100 you lose, I'd advise you not to go to the casino. Do you have a crazy story about someone damaging something or someone losing some money in the casino? Let me know in the comments. So to end this video on a fun note, what do you think this person's trying to do in this video right here? This is on the Carnival Adventure out of Australia, and as you can see, someone is trying to climb the lines to get onto the ship. Now, some of the comments are funny. One said, hey, they were just trying to get back to their cabin because they left their wallet in their safe. What's your best caption of why they're trying to get on the ship? So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you again for the continued support, and until I talk to you soon, happy cruising.